don't know if you saw this. I did go to an art show, and I really like
Oh, is that what
that.
you posted on your story?
Yes, I had to tell people I went outside. I went to two art shows in one night. So it's pretty impressive. But
Is that a new note?
oh,
Is
over
that another
here. Oh,
note?
next to this
Yeah.
that I was just. Oh, I didn't even see it, and it is.
Weird.
Straight out of the gate, I will confess that I essentially do not know how to knit or crochet, but I still want to integrate sweaters into mini and upcycle project like a cheeky little scamp. So today I will show you the do's and do not do's of cutting and sewing sweater knits. This seems like an appropriate time to confess that we're shooting two feature-length films, two avatars in one day. So I was like, I don't really want to switch outfits for all these different, it's truly a black t-shirt and a black miniskirt. But because I love you guys so much, I'll wear a necklace. Wait, can I? Because there's the mic.
Yeah,
Shit. No, it's really noisy. I can't. Shit. I gotta have a little fetching accessory. An ascot. Oh, Jesus. I was so excited. I was like, I'll just wear a little necklace. How noisy is this?
That's not noisy.
Is that anything? No. That's like barely visible. Oh, I'm so excited about my little heart necklace. Wait, what do I have? I have nothing. I don't know. Wait, actually, I kind of like this. Wait, no one cares. Wow. Should I restart or is that all? It's all in.
I might use
all of that. All right. Well, just in case, I'll be like, to differentiate for you fashionistas out there. So you're like, wait a minute, you can't wear the same outfit in two videos in a row. Yeah. There. A silver chain. Impressed? It's also like this is nothing. I was gonna be like, in a movie when they're like twins and they're like, one of them's the villain and they have to like switch. They're like, now you don't know which one is the evil one, and because we're wearing the same outfit. So this way you can tell that I'm the evil one. Yeah, she was in the other video. I'm the good one, of course. Or is that boring and I'm the villain? You're like, that's what a villain would say.
I guess that's for them to figure out.
Exactly. All right. Well, usually, also I forget, like, I've got to explain what we're doing. Speaking of twins, this video is going to be a little bit twofold in that, obviously this one's going to be a little more loosey-goosey and not as tutorial, so I'm a little less teacher. And so I'm going to be talking a bit about cutting and sewing sweater knits. But in order to do that, I thought, well, we got to have some sort of project. And I have this, was a crinoline skirt. And I could go into the whole history of this about how I dyed it and then re-dyed it because it was too magenta. Anyway, actually, should I just go into its history? Go into a Ken Burns lifestyle documentary, talking head of me. Let's just start from the beginning. This was a white crinoline skirt. Well, and then it had this giant yoke on it that was also white at the time. I dyed it with like a synthetic, like a dye that's for synthetics or whatever, which I don't think I had to do because it's nylon. And anyway, it turned out super magenta, even though the package was hot pink, and so I was trying to and I did it on the stove. Anyway, I didn't know what I was doing. I kind of ruined a whole pot, a ceramic, whatever. Okay, super magenta. I didn't want to look at it. I wanted to throw it in the trash. I was like, maybe I can kind of do a little bit of a dye, like a light tinge of a dye onto it, just to kind of tone down that color. Actually, before that, I tried to get a color remover packet, and I guess those are bullshit or something, because I was like, oh, this did nothing. Just it gave it like a day at the spa. It's like, I'm refreshed. I'm brighter than ever. I did that in the washing machine and it looked the exact same. And then I got dark brown. I think this one, the other brand, I can't remember. The brand that was bad.
It wasn't Rit dye.
It wasn't Rit dye, I'll tell you that. And then I got Rit dye dark brown, put a little bit of that into the wash with this, and then it toned it down so much. It looked so much better. I don't know if we have the ability. I do have a video of how it looked before.
I will try to
okay, if we can insert it, do it now. If not, do I have any? Well, anyway,
Just trust us.
just trust us. It looked like shit. Okay, so and some of you might be like, I think that looks bad. I think this color looks bad, but I like how it looks a little more like vintagey, and this is kind of what I was going for. Obviously, if it were like a little more toned down, a little lighter, I wouldn't mind it, but it looks so much better than it did that I'm excited. It did have this yoke on it. That was just sort of a bathing suit material. It just turned out like so much more grape, more dark, weird, and I already wasn't planning on using it, so that's easy enough. It's gone, and so I just trimmed that off. So all that to say, part 2 or the second fold, whatever, of this video is going to be adding a sweater bodice to this crinoline skirt so it becomes a puffy dress. And then if you go to our first video, the puff sleeve video, then you can add a puff sleeve to it. You got a whole dress. There you go. But if you want to do spaghetti straps, I think we also have somewhere in the mix how to make a spaghetti strap, and you sew that on. So we're not going to go full dress or a wavy puffy strap from the last video. You might recall, you might recognize me from my last video. I wonder if like the vibe of the other video is going to be so much different because now we're loosey goosey. We're loose dudes now. Like
we're like mad and
So maybe I won't be showing you the full like how to make a fluffy dress, but I'm showing you there's different parts you can like put it together, and maybe someday we will do the full video. But the headline's going to be a few tips and tricks for cutting and sewing on sweater knits, and then as sort of so we have some sort of objective or whatever, we have to have a purpose in life, is going to be adding a bodice to this. And then if you want to go above and beyond and make it a whole dress and add straps, go for it. All right, go for it, kid. Oh my God. Okay, actually, no, this is, and we're back to Manic. Just to show you the piece I'm working with, I just really liked the nubby sort of boucle, I guess, sort of knit vibe for this. I did not dye this. This is already the same color, so it was just Kismet. So let's see. I mean, it's like kind of cute, but these sleeves, it's just not super flattering. I don't know. So anyway, I mean, it's kind of cute in general, but it's just kind of, no, we're going to cut it up. I have been tempted to dip into knitting and crocheting just because like, well, the one thing I can do is like make a scarf. So in a way, a bodice, it is really just like a scarf. It's just like a rectangle. So, and there's those machines where you can just like, can't you just like turn them and like it, yeah. Or maybe you have to do more, but anyways, in theory,
like the little like round thing.
Yeah, and you do, anyways, so that's about, yeah, we're like, we're so helpful.
That's the way to do it without doing it.
Yeah, I know. But here's the deal. Someone already made basically that, and we just have to cut a rectangle. So first off, I'm going to, like, no matter what bodice I did, I would need to be like, make sure it fits. And I left a little bit of a seam allowance type of thing there. And I could cut that off. Sometimes I've done that, but since it had, like, with the netting, and that will also release all the gathers, which can be annoying, and then I have to do a basting stitch to kind of re-gather it up. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna keep it nice and simple, and just when I sew this, I'll just kind of sew it right on there. I don't know. Anyway, because I'm trying to think of, anyways, just so you kind of see what's going on. This one's kind of interesting. I wanted to remove these ribbons, but I think they're structural. You know what I mean? I tried, I was like, oh, I think that's gonna actually, everything's gonna fall apart. So they're gonna stay for now. First, I'm going to measure this, not circumference, sort of diameter. Yeah, roughly. So it is about, I mean, I'm gonna stretch it a little bit. It's about 19 inches, so about 38 all the way around. Just so you see it on here, we'll do it before. Step into this. I tend to like the bodices to be, I mean, really pretty short, like maybe 6 inches or something, because I like it to hang about this level, because if you make it longer, it's just going to hit more like at the natural waist, and it's just, I don't know, I'm just not feeling that. I mean, if you are, that's great, but I'm just like,
look like that, like baby doll.
I know, I want just like a baby doll tent swinging dress.
Regency era.
Yeah, Empire. So yeah, so it'll end up, sorry, I'm trying to be careful with the mic. It's just gonna hit right about there. And so sometimes I'll cut the piece like a little bit wider, maybe like 8 inches, just because, well, also you have to think about the elastic that we're going to be putting at the top of this. That I haven't told you, but you need to think about that thing that you didn't know until just now. But to keep it in place, sorry, there's so much of this, and I keep like nearly in the mic. So at the end of the day, okay, let me just say it. I'm going to be cutting a rectangle of fabric that will hopefully be the same. I guess it will be circumference all the way around this. And if I need extra, I'll piece it together in a moment. But that way it'll just be like this tube. And then I'll be putting elastic along the top just to kind of cinch it in, and so it'll stay in place. And then, you know, eventually if you want to add straps and whatnot, I guess it could be like a tube top style though. So it needs to be 38 inches around, give or take, but this has a little stretch. And so like I said, usually I'll do about 8 or 9 inches wide. And that's usually too much. But I always have that safety net. So I'm like, do I need to, I always end up cutting it off extra. So I'm like, because I'm like, well, I don't want to cut it too short. And then I'm screwed. This has pockets. I'm pro pocket and always have been, and I'm not afraid to say it. But on this, I'm trying to think if that really works for what we're doing. It seems so blasphemous to remove a pocket because I'm like, I think technically.
Especially on a woman's garment.
I don't know, exactly. It's like, so you hate women. Okay. So I think technically I could remove these, but I was like, I don't know if I'd want to add them to have it on the front. So I don't know. I know this is very specific to this garment, but I was just gonna say, for me, I could, I guess I could also have them on the inside, on the back. I was just trying to think something. I wouldn't want them to be lumpy, I guess is what I'm saying. Like when like they're actually against your skin, if it would show. Cause anyway, sorry. Again, I love to give specific troubleshooting for the thing I'm dealing with, and that no one else probably is at home. They're like, well, my sweater doesn't have pockets, so shut up. I might keep them on the inside of like the back, and that way you kind of see a little secret pocket. You're like, put your lipstick,
like, put your debit card.
Yeah, and then someone can just steal it really easily. They're like, they dance with you. Actually, that would be like the specific old-timey scandal. Like, let's go ballroom dancing.
Like, would you like to dance?
He's a gigolo. Yeah. Yeah, but at least his calling card, you know? So then you're like, well, he stole my heart as well. Anyway, okay. My solution to this can either be remove the pockets, put them on the outside, be proud of them, put them on the inside as a little hidden thing, a little hidden secret, or cut from another portion of the coat, like, you know, from here down or something, which maybe I'll just do that so I don't have to deal with it. All right. And I noticed sometimes at the edges of sweaters, there'll be like that little taut, sort of like the thread that kind of keeps all together. So just trying to think if that would help me. Also, wait, if this is the top, this can't be the top because then the pocket would be upside down. And that would really be blasphemous. My choices are, do I want to, like, okay, say I cut the strip, and then do I want to sew this opening shut, and then that way I just have like an infinity scarf kind of, and then I sew that down and then put in the elastic, call it a day? Or do I want to leave it open in the back and do a lace-up detail and straps? So, and that would also open it up to sizing, adjustability. I do feel like that should be a dedicated video.
Yeah.
So today we're just going to do a infinity scarf. You know, just I hate saying tube of fabric. Somehow I get a tube, circle,
around
a tube top. Yeah, tube top even. You get it. It's going to be closed. You know, it's closed for business. In a perfect world, I would just cut, you know, here, use the pockets. I just don't, I think that would be a little complicated right now. So I want to save that for future me to deal with. So like I said, perfect world, I would just be like, all right, there we go. And then I could even use this top bit. It's like, okay, now it's like its own fun top, you know, and I'll just serge the edge and that could be something. But since the sleeve isn't flattering anyway, I think what I'm going to do is cut right above the pocket. And I'm actually going to, like, I'll just kind of stitch this where it's a little more flush. So this is just troubleshooting for, again, you probably won't have this exact dilemma, but yeah, I'll just be cutting that and then I'll just do this little stitch because Yeah, that will still work. Yeah, it'll still work. Ooh, that sounded bad. Is everything fine? Is there a pin?
That's what it sounded like.
I think there's just like a lot of stuff there. There's just like a lot of thread. I think, you can only cut like 4 layers. I think it's like there's kind of thickness wise more than that in a way. Jesus. Whew, and it's getting hotter in here, and I'm
Yeah, the sun's.
Yeah, and cool, and I get to be at the machine right when it's like sunny.
We can put on the AC though.
That's true.
Surging.
I'm like, is there a diamond ring under this?
I know. I'm like, what the hell? Just plastic woven into the.
Yeah, why not? Okay. Whew. I went ahead and cut a piece of elastic. As I mentioned, there'll be a tunnel at the top of the bodice. This will kind of keep it in place. It'll be a different length for everyone. I think this one's 36 inches long because it'll overlap. So I think it needs to be about 35 inches around for me to hit above the bust. You can do whatever width. I'm doing one wider just because, like, as I said, I knew I would cut it the bodice too wide because I'm a scaredy cat and it is too long. So I need to make it like, I need to figure out a way to shorten it so I don't have to serge it again. So I mentioned in the puff sleeve video on the channel how to do a couple different methods. So you can watch that to get a refresher, but pretty much you can either create the tunnel for the elastic to go through, leave an opening and then thread the elastic through, and thus the 2 big safety pins. Or you can have the elastic in there folded over and sew as you go, and So watch that video if you want more of the nitty gritty, but I'm just gonna jump in and sew the bodice to the skirt and then sew in the elastic at the top of the bodice. So I'm going to make sure that this is all sewn together and not weirdly, I don't know, whatever, there's some mistake. And I'm going to trim off all of this excess.
Is the clock behind you always?
Does
it change?
Don't ask me what time. What do we find? What's funny, it's like if you put batteries in it, it like ticks. It just doesn't work functionally like as a mechanical around the clock. So it tells the correct time twice a day.
That's useful.
Like what? I'll be damned. An outro. I will gladly go around the globe to cut a corner, so I'm indebted to this cut and sew technique as it emboldens me to postpone my inevitable knitting apprenticeship and crocheting sabbatical for one more day. I think that's one for the books. Am I going a good thing? And I've just modeled it. No, I haven't. This is the intro. God damn it. You go to hell. I sewed a whole bunch. It's fine. Can you see all this mess? A little bit? Okay, cool. Great. Great.
I absolutely can.
Cool.
They're like, oh, she's really lost her marbles.
Wow, I know. I just had her gourd.
Where we're both like, who's hacking things up?
What the hell? That's It's not full
It's just
teacher. It's not full mother.
Yeah, it's not full mother, just auntie.
Yeah, exactly. Weird aunt. Everything is
I think we
great.
lost it.
Nope, we have. Okay. But now we're completely different because I'm wearing this necklace and I'm a different persona who's not hungry and crazy. Was that good? No.
That was good.